I wanted to do something different, and that is why I recorded a video wearing my specs. Just kidding. This is Hansa, your mentor for newborn photography and business education. Let's get started. I hope by this time you are comfortable with lighting. You are also comfortable posing the baby. You must have spent one entire afternoon trying how to get the perfect light. You might have spent one entire couple of hours trying how to wrap the baby, and you must have some collection of props, and you would have seen how to style those props using different photos or at least our Instagram page. But when it is actual time for the shoot, when a customer has actually paid you or you have invited for a model call and you have just a couple of hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours, and you have to get the perfect shoot, your lighting has to be perfect, your posing has to be perfect, your styling has to be perfect, and if everything goes right, a session awaiting perfect editing is waiting for you. How do you do that? How much is too much? How much is too less? Where to stop? Where to start? If you are on the shoot, you are trying different things, and the mother says, "Hey, I want this, I want that." She's just not stopping. She's just asking, "I want this, I want that." After photos, she's telling you, "I want this," and then sometimes even if you are fully prepared with the props and your accessories, the baby is crying, baby is just not cooperating, or the baby is just not posing the way you want. So what do? First of all, always have a plan B. When it comes to newborn or baby photography, there is very less chances that the subject will cooperate with you, and that is why it comes very much essential that you should have a plan B. What will you do if the baby does not sleep? What will you do if the baby is crying? There are different things you can do. You can have parents poses first. You can wrap the baby, or you can just pose the baby with the parents. Some poses are definitely better than no poses at all. Again, the key lies in how perfect is your planning, how well you have communicated with your clients. When you are discussing with your clients, the client would have given you their expectation. Now it is up to you. If the client has given you 12 different poses, 10 different outfits, can you do all those things in 2 hours? It is up to you. There are photographers who can do that, not me. So you set your own boundaries. Of course, this will come with practice. Over as you do more and more model calls, you know how much you are able to do within 2 hours, or what is your limit, or how much you can actually achieve. So all those things you mention to your clients that, hey, we might not do 6 different outfits, so you please prioritize. But if the client wants them, then you discuss your price. Obviously, that is your personal call. You have to judge how much is too much for you, how much is too less for you. That is for you to decide. Now, where to start and where to end? You can decide your own workflow based on the client's request. Over a period of time, you will be able to know what you are comfortable with, and you will have your own flow. So I'm going to share what I do usually, how I set up my props, or how do I handle the baby. I'm going to tell you that. So for me, what I do is that I keep all the props ready much before the client arrives, because when the client is here, there is no time to set up the prop, there is no time to correct the lighting, there is no time to adjust the camera setting. Everything needs to be done before. That includes setting the beanbag, setting the lights, accessorizing the props, and you might have hundreds of wraps and outfits for the baby, so keep the ones handy near you. Once the baby arrives, your flow will depend on how the baby is cooperating. Most of the time, the flow will be guided by the baby's reaction, the baby's cooperation. If the baby is fine when the baby has arrived, obviously the baby will come with his parents, so the baby will be fine. So try to have the parents poses first. You can just pose the baby with the parents. There are different parent poses you can check in our Instagram. And after that, you can try wrapping the baby. When the baby comes, and if the baby is crying, I usually wrap the baby. Now there is a chance that once we wrap the baby, the baby falls asleep. Even if the baby does not fall asleep, the baby will stop crying at least 70-80% of the time, because when we wrap the baby feels secure and comfortable, because that is the pose the baby is in the womb. So that is why we usually wrap the baby and then we pose the baby in a prop, or we put the wrapped baby in the beanbag. Most important thing is that baby will be wrapped, just so that the baby is comfortable. Now, if the baby is sleeping when the baby is wrapped, most of the baby sleep. You all obviously have to make some effort to put the baby to sleep. You can ask the mother to feed the baby. You can play some white noises. You can play some lullaby music. There are many free music available in YouTube which you can try, and you keep on swaddling the baby and try to put the baby to sleep. There are different techniques on how to put newborn babies to sleep. You can definitely explore that. Once the baby sleeps, then your subject is all yours. You can do whatever you want. All the things that you would have tried, all the things your client would have expected, you try to achieve them when the baby is sleeping. Most of the newborn poses, the different kind of newborn poses, are actually done on the beanbag, and they are actually done when the baby is sleeping. So once the baby is sleeping, you can pose the baby on the beanbag and try the typical newborn beanbag poses. Now, many of these poses, the baby is naked, or the baby is not wearing outfit, because we want to highlight the cute features, the delicate skin of the baby. And the baby might feel uncomfortable with the cold when you take off the clothes. So you have to put a baby warmer and then start posing. Now, everything is fine if the baby is sleeping. If the baby does not sleep, then after you do your wrapped poses, just put the baby on the beanbag and try your luck. As I said, try your luck. Just put the wrapped baby on the beanbag if the baby is crying. If the baby is crying, do not unwrap the baby. And if everything goes fine, and if you would have started with a wrapped pose, then at the end, keep the parent poses. I know I talked a lot of things, because I mentioned a lot of ifs and buts, a lot of this and that scenario. So you can see my workflow, you can make a note of it, but over a period of time, practice hard and create your own workflow.